So yesterday we talked about how Trump did a complete flip-flop on the idea of the Muslim ban that he wanted to put into place and tried to put into place, and then it was watered down by the courts. He totally flipped on that, and he released a statement that said, how dare Joe Biden not give refuge to all the people who treated our country so wonderfully in Afghanistan. And just so everybody understands, there's 88,000 of them who want to get into the United States. It includes interpreters, their families, people who really worked hand in hand with the U.S. government throughout the entirety of the war in Afghanistan. So he was attacking Biden from the left, effectively, and saying, you got to let in more Muslim refugees because it's the right thing to do. And it was also one of the common things that liberal media was saying to attack Biden. Now, they've been going after Biden relentlessly since the Taliban has taken Kabul and taken Afghanistan. This was the one criticism that I think is actually somewhat legitimate. Now, we don't know the timeline, and we don't know what Biden was really told by the intelligence agencies behind the scenes. He was probably told, hey, you have 90 days to get him out. And then when he didn't have 90 days, they went to the media, to their lackeys, and said, no, we told him to pull out the people now, and he didn't do it. So maybe it's his fault, maybe it's not. But ultimately, I do think it's a fair criticism. Get out those 88,000 people, because under Taliban rule, they're going to be brutalized and or killed. So that's what Trump was saying the other day. 24 hours later, he releases a statement where he says he's angry at the picture of a U.S. cargo plane that's leaving that has 600 plus Afghan refugees inside of it. They're packed, they're elbow to elbow, and they're all in this American plane escaping, Afghanistan with nothing but the clothes on their back. So this is Biden and the U.S. government attempting to deliver on getting out more Afghan refugees who helped us. So they start doing the thing that Trump said that they should do, and then what happens? Trump totally flips again, and he says, quote, "This plane should have been full of Americans. America first." Which is it? Hey, you got to get out all the people who were so good to us and our country. They deserve refuge. Get out them or don't get out them. You said get them out when that was the convenient attack. Now you flip on it and you see that perhaps we are going to get some Muslim refugees from Afghanistan here, and all of a sudden it's plane should have been full of Americans. Don't bring those people here. Which is it? Which is it? Classic Trump. What did I tell you guys? He has no real beliefs. He has no real principles. He has no real ideology. It's just whatever is politically convenient for him in that moment. And by the way, on this, it's not just him. I've seen so many people on the right flip from, how dare we not get out the people who treated us so well, our top allies who are from Afghanistan, how dare we not get them, to now, Biden let Afghanistan fall on purpose to intentionally bring in Muslim refugees who are going to vote for the Democrats, and it's all on purpose, it's all nefarious, it's all intentional, and it all has to do with politics. They don't believe in anything. You've seen people like Matt Gaetz and Rand Paul who pretended to be anti-war. Now all of a sudden Biden actually ends a war and mum's the word. They're not saying anything in favor of him, in support of him. A lot of people in the left flank of Congress, Ilhan Omar, to her credit, gave Biden credit, but a lot of people on the left flank of Congress who pretended to be anti-war aren't saying anything. Because the way in which we're getting out is messy, and it's ugly, and there's a lot of criticism. So now everybody, shh, be quiet. So many people are outing themselves as frauds in this scenario. Look, fact of the matter is we've gotten out, since the fall of Kabul, we've gotten out thousands of people who are, who are Americans and who are our contractors. And Biden has effectively secured the airport with 5,000 or 6,000 U.S. troops, and they're in the process of just evacuating everybody. The only mistake at the end of the day is going to be, I don't think they're going to get nearly enough of those 88,000 people out, and I feel terrible for the ones that are stuck there and who aren't really going to get out. But really, again, that's the only criticism I think is legitimate. I think all the other criticisms are totally bullshit. They're totally bogus. And this is just another great example of it here, where Trump flips on his own position because he's just trying to attack Biden. I don't know how people don't see through this instantly at this point.